Wow, again, wow. Thank you for the privilege of being invited to reflect on those incredible contributions from you guys. Can I also acknowledge the privilege of being here on the lands of the Turrbal and Yagara people, where we get to live and work and connect like this. Can I thank the Commission for the incredible commitment to convening and connecting and listening and acting on the voices and wisdom and experience of young people from across Queensland. Can I just in particular thank the guys who've just presented in the session on participating. Today's all been about participating and being seen and heard and acted on and having agency and being empowered to participate and be involved and engaged. So we've heard a lot about that today. We've had so many incredible examples of the innovation, the insight, the critique, and the inspiration that young Queenslanders give us. I'm one of those systems leaders responsible for the experiences you're talking about. All the adults in this room, as we heard today, bear and share responsibility for that. And there's one theme that I've kept on coming, and thank you, Josette, for bringing us back to actually, yes, we should talk about the future and what sort of future we want to create, but the time for action is now. And I'm hoping that from the participation challenges and ideas and examples you've given us, that all of the people, young and old, in this room today and beyond, everyone who's going to get to hear your presentations, will go away and act now. So I just want to sort of reflect a little bit on my own personal experience and assure you that you continue to shame and to inspire and to motivate people like myself and the other people in the room to do better. So please don't underestimate your power to shift the mindsets and the systems and the settings of the things you think are really hard to shift. Thank you for stepping up and giving them a really big nudge, a push and a pull to change, because it's mindsets and our systems that we need to shift. Ryan, who wasn't able to be here today, but what a fantastic contribution around the reality, the lived experience right now of eco-anxiety and the psychological distress, the real lived day-to-day experience we're having of climate change and climate-induced disasters. I heard a saying recently about climate change is changing childhoods. It's changing the lives of young people now. It's changing all of our lives. It's changing our bodies and our brains, let alone our environments. And so we'd love to actually use some of what Ryan had to contribute in some work we're doing at the moment around thriving kids in disasters, because he really nailed it. Jack and the War on Waste, thank you so much for bringing those really practical facts and actions to us. One of the things, I guess, like the youth climate movement, the engagement of young people, of children and young people in action on waste is probably one of the most inspiring movements we've seen in the last 5, 10, 15 years. So your compulsion for us to do what we can do individually, but not just for ourselves, but for our environments and our families and our communities. Thank you for those really practical injunctions about those actions. Maddie, fantastic contribution around a youth-centred approach to youth participation and engagement, pushing us to go up the scale of real and empowered engagement, to not just do the talking, but to actually be able to do the implementation, and to create the space and to step back and to let you exercise that agency in these sorts of opportunities, but in all of our organisations and systems. So thank you for pushing us to do better and to get out of the way. Aaron, as was mentioned, what a fantastic example, the Indro Youth Forum. I live 200 yards from Indooroopilly Library, and I really wish I'd known about that youth forum because I'd love to have been a fly on the wall. Your motivation to go bigger, to create a bigger room and a bigger space, I think hopefully that was going to be infectious for the folks who got to hear you today and will hear you after this event. We've just had local government elections. We're going to have a state election later this year. We're going to have a federal election next year. So all power to the young people who get involved and organise and attend and have their say in those sorts of forums. So you go for it. Josette, thank you so much for bringing us back to actually the lived experience of children and young people in rural and remote Queensland. We've had a few young folks today share those lived experiences. Those two critical issues that you are passionate about mental health and about career progression, I don't think adults have actually really understood how real and pressing that is for you and your generation. We're doing some work around country Queensland, and the thing that's come through loud and clear are workforce opportunities now for the young people who live in country Queensland. So thank you so much for taking us there. I loved your saying, we can't become what we want by staying where we are. So thank you and I think we'll all take that with us. So thank you again for the opportunity to reflect on that incredible contribution, the participating domain of the Nest. We want all of your organisations, by the way, to be embracing the Nest the way the QFCC has. So congrats to Luke and the whole QFCC team. We think that's a powerful way for shining a light, giving voice, taking a holistic view and changing those systems and experience that you young people have spoken about today. Thank you very much.
Fantastic. Thank you, Michael, for sharing your reflection on the youth speakers in the participating session. As always, I'd love to welcome back our speakers and Michael back to the stage for a lovely stage photo. And as always, as I mentioned, proud parents, this is your chance to come down. So I'd love to welcome our speakers and Michael on stage. And to everyone else, we've got afternoon tea for about 15 minutes. So please quickly grab a coffee if you need to, grab some water, go to the bathroom. But in 15 minutes, we'd love for you to come back to your seats for our final session. So 15 minutes, afternoon tea, photos at the front. I'll see you very soon.